Okay, gang, we are live. Let me fix that. Okay. All right, gang. Just fixing some shit here behind this. Trying to figure out why we're doing. There we go. Okay. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm going to come back and I just have to fix something. There we go. Look at that. I'm on twice. All right. What's the deal? I'm having some issues with echo. Sorry about that. Let me come out and go back. Okay. Let's see if that's better. I think it is. All right, we are talking about do, 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 oops, the 20 cool AI tools for podcasting and video. And get my mic set up here. Mm. Cool. There we go. So I did this at Podfest last week in 5 minutes, believe it or not. So today I'm gonna do it in 20 minutes or less. So okay, edit mic setting. Um, Zip does, and let me just say that you do not need all 20 tools, not even close. But I want to show you a bunch of options so that you can decide um, what tools you may want to use for both podcasting and video. I'm going to jump out and come right back in. So hang on a second. Okay, still kind of messed up. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Take this out. That you can um, hold on. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. Yeah, that's better. So Descript, I urge you to check it out. Really great tool. Um, it's easy to use, affordable. The AI not quite there yet, but it's still pretty cool. The next tool I wanna talk about is Adobe Podcast. If you have audio issues like I'm having right now, then Adobe Podcast will help you solve those. So check out Adobe Podcast, and you'll be able to remove any background noise, one click. It's also free, which is awesome. So, um, I gotta go to my settings. Sorry about that. Ba, 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 ba. Mhm. Okay. Um, oh, I know. Hang on a sec. I'm hearing myself. Facebook. No wonder. Alrighty. So Adobe Podcast is pretty cool. You should check it out if you have a chance. The next tool I want to look at is Alitu at alitu.com. This is an all-in-one tool that records, edits, adds music, publishes your podcast. So it's really kind of a good one-stop shop for folks who just want to basically, make their podcast as simple and streamlined as possible. Cast Magic is another one that I have and use quite a bit. This is a repurposing tool that will take one of your podcast episodes and chop it up into 20 or more content pieces. They give you show notes, social media posts, blog posts. You can pull quotes, you can pull timestamps. So it's really a great way to maximize your podcast and leverage it for repurposing so that you can get additional clips and promos out of every podcast. Next up is swell.ai. And swell.ai also generates show notes, articles, social posts. So it's similar to this. Oops, I went the wrong way. Sorry. I went backwards instead of forwards. That's okay. Next is Podcast Rocket. This is an AI assistant that helps with naming your show, creating artwork, planning your launch strategy. So if you're considering doing a podcast and you haven't started and you're trying to figure out the name and all that good stuff, you can check out podcastrocket.com and it will help you with naming ideas, artwork ideas, the whole launch strategy. So this is really good if you're just starting out. Number 7 is one of my faves, capshow.com. This is another repurposing tool where you can upload your podcast and then pull out video clips, captions, blog posts, social content, even email newsletters. So this is really a marketing tool. And as I mentioned at the beginning, um, you certainly don't need all of these. Some of it is sort of mix and match. So if you prefer to, um, just have one tool. You don't need all of these, but I'm trying to give you as many options as possible so that you can take a look at the pricing and see what might fit best for your situation. Number 8 of 20 is Riverside FM. This is a great way to record your podcast, especially if you're doing interviews. You can record 4K video locally, and you can also create social clips and transcripts. It's a little bit similar to Descript. But speaking of Descript, Squadcast is now owned and run by Descript. So if you were using Descript to edit, Squadcast is a great option for recording your podcast because you get it free with Descript. And this is really good also, especially if you're doing interviews, because you can bring in each track or each person separately so that you have more control over each audio track. So check out squadcast.fm. Next up is Podmatch. I love Podmatch because if you're looking for guests or if you want to be a guest, Podmatch will match you up with folks who are looking to be guests, or if you want to be guests on other podcasts, it matches you with perfect guests. It automates the booking, it manages scheduling, and it even pays hosts. So if you are struggling to get guests for your podcast or be a guest on a podcast, Podmatch is an excellent tool and really affordable. Podpage, on the other hand, is a site that will create a website from your RSS feed. So it automatically gives you a website built around your podcast. So you don't have to create a separate page for your podcast. You don't have to create a separate website. Podcasters who need a website but don't want to become web developers can just check out podpage.com. It's really cool. It's easy. It's instant. Check it out when you have a chance. And next up, and I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet, is ChatGPT. Now, obviously, ChatGPT is all the rage these days, but you can also use it as your own AI research assistant, which means you can generate interview questions, get episode ideas, do show descriptions, create promo copy. So I oftentimes will pull my podcast audio or video into ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, give me show notes, give me YouTube description. So ChatGPT can be very, very helpful um, for creating podcast, materials, promos, etc. Headliner is another one. I don't know what happened to this slide, but Headliner is another one that creates animated audiograms. So if you don't want to be on camera, you can create audiograms with Headliner. It'll also give you video clips with waveforms and captions for social media. So another very helpful tool. That one's at headliner.app. And next up, if you're using Buzzsprout, they have a tool called Co-host at buzzsprout.com/co-host. This is another AI marketing assistant that is built in to your hosting platform, and it generates everything automatically. So if you're doing your podcast on Buzzsprout, make sure you are utilizing Co-host. If you are looking for analytics and numbers for your podcast, Chartable goes deep in terms of AI-powered analytics. It shows you what's working, gives you smart links. You can track who's listening to the podcast, where they're listening from, competitive insights. This is really good for data-driven podcasters who want to grow strategically, or perhaps you're looking for a sponsor and you have to show them your numbers. Chartable will do that for you. 16 is another one of my faves called Listen Notes. And Listen Notes is kind of like the Google of podcasting. With Listen Notes, you can search for podcasts, you can get AI recommendations, you can research competitors. The other thing I use it for is if you just put in your name in Listen Notes, it will show you all the podcasts where you've been a guest. So this is really, really helpful for creating if you want to put podcasts where you've been a guest, if you want to download them and put them on your YouTube channel, Listen Notes will do that for you. And I'm using the free version, and it's more than adequate. Number 17 is Podchaser Pro. This is another tool that will give you analytics, tracking, guest discovery, insights. And if you, again, are trying to sell ads on your podcast or find sponsors, you'll probably need something like Podchaser Pro to get your analytics and your numbers so that you have accurate figures to give to your sponsor. Number 18 is 11 Labs. This is a great, really the Cadillac of AI voice cloning and text to speech. You can do realistic voiceovers. You can clone your voice. You can put it in other languages. And the great thing about 11 Labs is, let's say you want to have a podcast intro and you don't want to hire a voiceover artist. You can have pick one of the voices from 11 Labs to do your podcast intro for you. So this is really, like I said, the top of the line when it comes to audio cloning and voice cloning. 19 is Opus Clip, and at opus.pro, this is yet another AI-powered video clipper tool that finds the best moments in long videos or podcasts and creates viral-ready short clips with captions. So if you're not repurposing your podcast, if you're not taking your podcast and making shorts or making promos or making hooks, you can do that with Opus Clip. Because if you've put all that work into your podcast, you might as well get all the leverage that you can from it. All right, we are still under 20 minutes, so let's keep moving. Number 20 is Clean Voice AI. This one automatically removes filler sounds, mouth noises, stuttering, background noise. It never fails that the minute you start recording your podcast, the guy next door starts blowing his leaves or mowing his lawn or something. Not now, because it's like 2 degrees here in New Hampshire, but Clean Voice will take out all of that background noise, and that way you don't have to do a lot of manual editing. So that is 20 tools in under 20 minutes. If you want the entire list, we had some technical problems at the beginning, so if you missed something in the first few slides, you can check out this QR code here to get the PDF that has the full list of 20 tools along with the links to each. That way you can check out the pricing or take it for a test drive. This other lovely little QR code here that if you point your phone to, you can get, will tell you a little bit more about the AI Playground. Check out the new AI Playground. This is a tool that I created that gives you prompts and video scripts and ideas every single month. It's just $11 a month. And for that, you get all kinds of goodies from me, including this app that updates every single month and gives you a new customized prompt every week that you can put into ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude. It also gives you a full video script that you can customize and put in your own voice, and a custom GPT that is built specifically for content creation. This is an excellent way to dip your toes in the water. If you are a little intimidated by AI, you can totally just go in here and join for 11 bucks and experiment with AI, get support with AI, get customized prompts that are already tested and proven, as well as video ideas and video scripts. And it's really low maintenance, so it doesn't require Zoom calls and tutorials. You just get the prompts every single month. Uh, and you get the video ideas and you get the scripting. So this is a very simple way to dip your toes in the water and start to experiment with AI, especially if you're fairly new to it, or if you want to kind of take your AI efforts to the next level. And the AI Playground is at loubartone.com/AIP. All right, I'm going to come back on screen here so that I can say goodbye. I've got my goofy headphones on. I'm fighting a cold. What are you going to do? So that is 20 tools in 20 minutes. We are at noon plus 20. So we kept it right on time. I do these webinar Wednesdays every single Wednesday at noon. They're free. They're open to all. I stream to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So join me next week for more goodies and more behind the scenes resources, tools, tips, and trends. And be sure to check out the AI Playground at loubartone.com/AIP. It is the most affordable, simplest way to get going with everything AI. All right, gang, we will catch up with you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Actually, I'm only at 18 minutes, so we're actually under 20 minutes. Awesome. Okay, thank you, Barb. I really appreciate you. And thank you for watching from YouTube. Uh, keep doing what you're doing. You inspire us all with your work, Barb. So thank you. And everybody out there, keep on keeping on. Have a great rest of the week. Stay healthy, stay strong, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.